Hello everyone. In this video, I'll talk to you about slogans for businesses. So let's get started. So, what is a slogan? A slogan, as a standard definition, is a word or phrase used to express characteristic, position, or stand or a goal to be achieved. In terms of a business, a slogan is also a word or phrase that is used to express and represents your brand and or your position in the market also. So it should express your position in the market and represents your brand, and of course it should be memorable. So this is one thing extra when we are defining slogans. So if you go to any language, English dictionary, this is the definition of a slogan in an English dictionary. But a slogan in the business world should represent the brand, express your position, and most importantly, be memorable. Some examples is the Nike, Just Do It, the McDonald's, I'm Loving It, the KFC, Finger Licking Good, M&M, Melts in Your Mouth, Not in Your Hand, and L'Oreal, Because You're Worth It. AutoZone, basically get in the zone. Alright, so what are the best practices that I could suggest to you? And all these best practices are actually taken from the fantastic site called Vertical Response Marketing, and their slogan is just like that. So let's get started. First of all, keep it short and simple. Too long, too difficult to even memorize. For example, we always see in American movies the slogan or the saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So what happens here means Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. Imagine if somebody came up with the slogan in a way that is long and boring. For example, whatever you do while you are in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. So this is the kind of things that when I tell you be concise, you were able to explain whatever you do while you are in Las Vegas. Over here, what happens in Las Vegas? I have it here, but what happens in Las Vegas? Whatever you do while you are in Las Vegas, what happens in that Las Vegas, it stays in Las Vegas. So this is what we talk about when we say concise, simple, short. What does concise mean? Concise means get the message across with the least number of words possible. So you keep your slogan as short as possible. Be consistent, meaning know what you stand for in terms of positioning and which is the benefit that you would like to capitalize on, the heart of your business, and then basically be consistent. Have the slogan to be consistent with that. So consistent branding is key, whether you are a small business or a household name. Make sure your business slogans complement your existing logo, company name, and your slogan. Let's take a look at the General Electric's slogan, Imagination at Work. This, of course, draws the attention that the brand is still simple but also celebrates a human imagination and innovation. So all of their products, from light bulbs to CT scans, hold or carry this statement and this of creativity and quality, imagination. Focus on what makes you different, unique selling point. Also, when we're talking about consistent, also, same here with the unique selling point again and again. So figure out what your unique selling point is, and you need to deliver with a fleet of, for example, you need to deliver that unique selling point. So is your delivery business done with a fleet of electric cars, meaning it's friendly for the environment? Does your dental practice cater to those with high anxiety? If I tell you I always tell my students, don't use very aggressive negative words in your marketing communication or even in your slogans. But there's always an exception. One exception is this dentist, and you can click on the link and visit their website. This dentist slogan is basically saying we cater to cowards. We cater to cowards. So you are catering here to cowards, and cowards is a very being a coward is a very negative word. But when you're going to the dentist, nobody likes going to the dentist. Everyone has this anxiety. So in this sense, I would like to go to a dentist that understands that I'm anxious and will deal with me and work with me despite my anxiety. Make it timeless. So let it be as a general, but reflects your unique selling point and make it memorable and timeless. Could relate at all times. Verizon, for example, it's a telecommunication company, had a very good slogan. Can you hear me now? So it's a telecommunication company, and this is probably the problem back in the time with mobile phones is people can't hear very well, but they used it in such a way that reflects their slogan or reflects what they're all about with their network or with their tower network. They will be able to hear each other. So it was only a matter of time before technology made nearly all cell phone calls clear. So you have to change with the times. But when you are working on a slogan, you want to think of its longevity. That's why references to technology and phrases like "the only" are risk. Good slogans use wordings that can stand the test of time. Like, for example, on the other hand, Rolloids, they are for stomach acid, and they all about relief of pain. If you visit their website, you will find out at the main banner, there is the one word that is there is the word relief. So how do you spell relief? So it is weird how they put it, how do you spell relief? But here they have it in a sense that you are going to get rid of relief. But with Verizon, can you hear me now? This is losing its relevance over time. That was back in the time that people were not able to hear each other. Your generation have never probably experienced that. So this is not this is not timeless. Anyway, Verizon is losing its edge. So this is focusing on the relief. This is what we do. In short, can stand alone. Your slogan shouldn't be a mystery. You want a slogan that is very clear and it doesn't need any additional information to explain it. Now, the Cartoon Networks, I always tell my students, avoid the best, the only, and all these cliches. But Cartoon Network is the first that started that channel specified for cartoons for kids. So because of that, they can claim to be the best place for cartoons. Easy, simple, timeless. Consider your target market. You will also need to consider if your customers are local, national, or internationals. So don't come up with a slogan that has weird words or words that could be understood negatively in other cultures. So some English word in another culture has a different meaning, might actually have a negative effect. Always try to be very relative and understanding of the cultures that you serve, and also the cultures, the potential cultures that you may serve in the future. Get input. Being creative is a tough job, but there are ways to avoid going avoid going it alone. For example, you need to always ask your own target market, your own customers about their opinion. Especially now you have direct communication with customers through social media like Facebook and so on, and Twitter and so on. So consider some free taglines, for example, or some generators that could help you brainstorm. And then if you have multiple versions of a slogan, then you can ask your social media audience to vote for the best slogan. So over here there's a slogan generator that you could use to help. For example, here let's talk about wine. The devoted wine artisans, wine, organic wine. What about that? Let's see. Home of the organic wine maniacs. That is really some generated slogans, but you don't have to follow the slogans that they give you. Let's see. Skilled sustainable winemakers. So easy, clear, short, but maybe you have better ideas, in fact. So a memorable slogan will stick always around, long after consumers interact with your brand. So please use these tips and leverage the expert designs to create a catchy slogan that fits your business. So this is my recommendation of what your slogan should look like. It should be short and simple. It should reflect the positioning, your unique selling point, should be timeless, and ensure it can stand alone, no more further explanation, and also reflects your target market. Here is businesses, so you're not talking to wine lovers or something. You're talking to businesses who sell wine. Probably the business owner doesn't even drink wine, but he's a cook. So try to always get an input from your friends and family members before you submit the assignment. This is for the slogan that you could incorporate in your email. So that in the HTML email, I would like to see a slogan. If the HTML template that you are using doesn't have a space for a slogan, then add the words on top of the image, overlay it on top of the image, and then you can easily copy the image, put it on PowerPoint, and on top of the image add the text, and then save as JPEG, which is saving it as an image, and then use the edited image with the slogan in case you don't have clear space in the template to add a slogan. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video then.